Hey, what's up, good people on QC? Welcome to another edition of Talkin and Grubbin Live Digital Show. Tonight, I will be breaking down NBA free agency as we're 2 days away. Also, the saga continues between Zion Williamson and Moriah Mills. Plus, KD has all the smoke for Fox Sports 1's Jason McIntyre. I'll be covering that and a little bit more here tonight on Talkin and Grubbin, the live digital show. So let's get into it. Let's kick off this intro. Hey, what's up, good people? I'm QC. Welcome to Talkin and Grubbin Live Digital Show. How's everybody doing on this Wednesday? I hope everybody's doing good. I'm doing good. Got my dinner here. Got some corn and chicken that I'm about to grub on right quick before I get into the first story. Because I am hungry. Can't believe that we're almost at the end of June. This month has flown by fast. This weekend will be July 1st. This corn's so good. I gotta give me a minute because I am hungry. So does anyone have big plans? Oh man, that was so good. That was definitely good. All right. Now I've got my grub on. Let's get into it. All right, as you all know, NBA free agency is just a couple of days away. Players can agree to terms with whichever team they choose to go to starting Friday night at midnight. And there's been a lot of movement going around in NBA free agency. A few prominent players opted out of the last year of their deals. They're either seeking new contracts or planning on going to other teams. Here are some of the notable free agents. Starting with James Harden of the Philadelphia 76ers. Then there's Kyrie Irving of the Boston Celtics. Draymond Green of the Golden State Warriors. Fred VanVleet of the Toronto Raptors. Brook Lopez of the Milwaukee Bucks, as well as his teammate Chris Middleton. All of them are unrestricted free agents, meaning they can go to any team that they want to. Now, there's been heavy speculation that James Harden really wants to go back to Houston. There's also been rumors of either Kyrie re-signing with Dallas or reuniting with LeBron in LA to join the Lakers. Draymond Green is very up in the air, but some people think he wants to go to the Lakers to play with LeBron since he and LeBron are very good friends. Of course, you all know they're represented by Rich Paul of Clutch Sports. Now, according to multiple sources, Fred VanVleet, in order to lure him out of Toronto, he's seeking a long 2-year deal. Brook Lopez, he's going to get a lot of heat. I mean, he's one of the best centers in the NBA outside of Joel Embiid and Jokic. Also, he finished second in voting in Defensive Player of the Year this past season. He's a shot blocker. He can score inside. He's definitely a hell of a three-point shooter, which he didn't have at first, but he's definitely developed that. Now, Chris Middleton, there's definitely questions about him as he's had a few major injuries in the last couple of seasons. As we all know, the season before last, he ended up missing the rest of the playoff series against the Boston Celtics due to injuries. So, will there be any teams that's going to take a flyer on him despite his injury history? But I'm very interested to see what Kyrie does and what James Harden does. Kyrie, that's pretty interesting. As we all know, he got traded to the Dallas Mavericks mid-season from the Brooklyn Nets. And things did not work out between him and Luka. They didn't mesh well on the court. They didn't really get that chemistry going. And at times, you could just tell just by their body language, they did not like playing with each other. So the word on the street was that Kyrie was going to just leave the Dallas Mavericks this offseason and re-team with LeBron in LA to try to win another championship, just like they did with the Cavs. But now there's rumors going around that Kyrie wants to re-sign with the Mavericks. A lot of the rumors going around that he will re-sign with the Mavericks. So I would definitely be interested to see if Kyrie re-ups with the Mavs, how he and Luka can mesh together with one full season. Well, playing one full season together, excuse me. Now with Harden, it's been a long time. It's been it's been out there for a long time that he really wants to go back to Houston and play with the Rockets. A lot of people say he loves the city. He loves the food, of course. Big barbecue state. Also, he has a lot of famous rappers that he's friends with from Houston down there, and that he just fell in love with the city during his whole time there. So he wants to go back there. And also, I think the coaches to draw as well is Ime Udoka. You know, Ime Udoka, he's a promising young coach. He definitely did a great job with the Boston Celtics, got them to the NBA Finals the season before last. Ultimately, they fell short against the Warriors, and he was definitely on the right track to building a a very great contending team. But unfortunately, you know, the whole cheating scandal rocked the whole Celtics organization, ended up leading to him being ousted from the team, and the Rockets ended up hiring him. But I want to see how Harden would fit with a young core like that's consist of a Jalen Green who's ascending. So is Jabari Smith Jr., as well as Kenyon Martin Jr. That's a great young core right there. So I want to see, can he be that veteran to lead them to winning and success, or is it going to be his ego, that leads to the detriment of that team? That's going to be very interesting to see. Now with Draymond, he can either go back to the Warriors. A lot of people feel he's going to go to the Lakers to play with LeBron. But there are other contenders that can use his services. The Miami Heat, that would be a great place for Draymond. You got a great coach in Eric Spoelstra. You got a great front office executive in Pat Riley. Also, you got a team that's already well established and put together. You got the core there with Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo. Tyler Hero's going to be coming back. Excuse me. They have a pretty good system in place. They've definitely been contenders. They've been to a couple of Eastern Conference Finals. They're coming off of an NBA Finals appearance. And I think the Heat aren't too far away. They just need a couple pieces here and there. And Draymond could definitely be that piece. I could definitely see him giving the ball to Jimmy Butler in his spots. Same with Bam Adebayo. Kicking it out to Tyler Hero on the wing. So the Heat, that definitely would be a pretty good team for him to fit in. That's a non-California team. That would be his best shot to win a championship, is going to Miami. If he wanted to, go outside of the West Coast. But according to a lot of reports, that he really wants to stay in the state of California. He's built a life out there, of course. He's been there ever since he's been drafted in 2012. So he's been there for over a decade. And that's hard. And that's hard to leave once you build a life anywhere in a city that if you've been there that long. It's very hard. It's very hard. Now, let's go to the notable restricted free agents. Of course, Austin Reeves, who's definitely come on to be a star in his role ever since he's gotten to the Lakers. Cameron Johnson of the Brooklyn Nets. Grant Williams of the Boston Celtics. Reeves' teammate, Rui Hachimura, and Charlotte Hornets' Miles Bridges. Those are your notable restricted free agents. Now, 9 times out of 10, most of these players are going to re-up with their teams, and whatever team presents a different offer sheet to them, 9 times out of 10, their current team is going to match it. I definitely see the Lakers picking up just about any offer that they give Austin Reeves, unless it's too outrageous. But 9 times out of 10, he's going to be back in LA. Cameron Johnson, I definitely think if another team can outbid the Nets, then he could be had, because he's a great role player. He's great off the bench. He was great in Brooklyn. He definitely was great in Phoenix. Matter of fact, he was one of the key factors of them going to the finals a couple of years ago. Excuse me. Also, Miles Bridges, I think if the team makes the right offer for him, I think Charlotte wouldn't re-sign him. If they can outbid the Hornets, then he could be had because they're going into a new era. They're about to get a new owner. Of course, we all know Michael Jordan is selling the team. And 9 times out of 10, most owners that once they take over, they want their own guys. So maybe that new owner may feel that Miles Bridges isn't worth the money. Also, Hachimura, 9 times out of 10, I think the Lakers are going to match any offer sheet that any other team gives him unless it's too outrageous. Hachimura was definitely a key factor throughout the Lakers playoff run last year. He had some big games throughout the playoffs. He scored, 28, 30 points in game 1 against the Grizzlies in the first round. He had a big game against the Warriors. He had a few big games against the Golden State Warriors in their second round series. He was pretty solid against Denver, but of course, he got, the whole team got overwhelmed by how dominant and great Denver were. But I definitely see Hachimura going back to the Lakers. Or unless the Lakers decide that they just want to roll with one and not the other, one of them can be had. But if I were a betting man, I think that they would want Reeves back more than Hachimura. Also, Grant Williams, 9 times out of 10, he's going back to the Celtics. I think they'll match any offer sheet that any team signs, offers him. I mean, he's a pretty serviceable role player, but I don't think a lot of other teams are going to break the bank just to get him. I mean, he's a pretty good shooter. He can play some defense, but he's not like that 6 man of the year type, bench player. Look, don't get me wrong, he's good, he's pretty solid, but he's not worth breaking the bank for or going over the cap over. So more than likely, he's going to end up back in Boston. But I definitely could see a team going far and beyond to get Reeves. Reeves is a great shooter. He's a pretty good passer. Definitely a great defender, especially on the perimeter. He could definitely play defense. He's just a very scrappy dude. Just grinds. Like I said, he's a star in his role, and he's definitely been a star in his role ever since the Lakers have called him up from the G League. And he's done wonders for that team. He definitely was a big part of their run to the Western Conference Finals this past season. And he had some nice scoring games, but everything that he did throughout that run wasn't on the stat sheet. He dives for loose balls. He's not afraid to get his hands dirty. He's not afraid to get scrappy with anyone. And a lot of teams definitely love that, excuse me, in a role player. But definitely can't wait to see what happens in this free agency once it tips off Friday night at midnight. Can't wait to see where these players are going to go. All right, good people, I'm going to take a quick time out, let you hear a word from my partners over at betus.com, where the game begins. I'll be right back, so don't go away.
Listen up, sports fans. Your favorite sportsbook, betus.com, is back for our 28th year of NFL action. With the industry's biggest sign-up bonus of up to 200%, BetUS offers our members the opportunity to cash in on all your favorite sports, including NFL, NBA, MLB, and more. We've also got hundreds of new casino games, including the coolest new European slots, and our live dealers are waiting for you at the table. Sign up at betus.com today to get into the action. BetUS, where the game begins.
All right, I'm back, good people. Now, on to the next story. The saga continues between Zion Williamson, the star forward of the New Orleans Pelicans, and former adult film star Moriah Mills. Now, as you all know, Moriah Mills went on a major social media tirade a few weeks ago after Zion posted a picture of he and his pregnant girlfriend, as she's expecting a baby within the next few months. She told all the personal things the time that they spent together, all the intimate moments that they shared, which was a lot of TMI, which was definitely TMI. Some things she could have kept to herself, but I ain't gonna delve into that. Also, excuse me, she just went on a full-blown social media tirade over the fact that Zion chose his current girlfriend and not her. Now, there's more. Recently, according to multiple reports, that Moriah Mills was offered $1 million by an adult film company for the sex tape between her and Zion Williamson. And she definitely threatened to leak it, threatened to leak it online. She put out in her Twitter feed that she had threatened to leak the tape. Of course, her Twitter account ended up getting shut down behind that, but now this adult film company wants to publish the tape, put out the tape. And they're saying that they can do it without his consent or any legal ramifications. That's a lie, because look, anything that consents of two people in a video, especially when you talk about putting it out to the public, in adult film, you have to sign, or both parties have to sign a release form, basically giving permission for that company to use their likeness in their movies and in their scenes. They can't just have one party consent to it and not the other, because 9 times out of 10, the other party does not want their image out there, especially, being in the all natural, doing that thing, whatever. So, no, if this adult film company tries to publish that tape without Zion Williamson's consent and he didn't sign the release form for it, they'll be sued. And 9 times out of 10, that could ruin their company and also ruin their reputation, because who would want to work with them? Nobody would want to work with them behind that, because they would show that they're unethical and they'll do anything to make money. They'll even go, far and beyond just to exploit somebody. But if I'm Zion, he definitely needs to get his lawyers on this ASAP. He needs to get a cease and desist on Moriah Mills, get a cease and desist on the adult film company, whoever they may be. Get that on the owners, the company itself, and definitely threaten them. If they publish this video, they will be sued immediately. And plus, 9 times out of 10, Zion would win, because he didn't agree to it. He didn't sign a release form, and he wasn't compensated for it. So, that adult film company will be in a lot of trouble, because now they got these revenge porn laws, and they don't play with that. A lot of people have gone to jail behind, during that revenge porn type stuff. But Moriah Mills, she's just vindictive. She's on some thin line between love and hate stuff. She's a stalker. It's like you just doing anything just to get back at this dude just because he did not want to be with you. And she's wrong for that. Like, she's way out of pocket for trying to put this tape out there just so she can make her money. I guess she figured, since she couldn't be with him and get his money that way, she figured, hey, I'm going to show this tape and get my money that way. But that's just straight up grimy. Very grimy. it's like when y'all were together, he spent more than enough money on you. I'm pretty sure of it. I don't think he just got you for free, or he didn't do nothing for you. I don't believe that. If she came out and said that, then I'm back and expect everybody to believe it, and I'm Batman. But this thing just keeps on getting messier and messier. It's like, woman, move on. Okay, he doesn't want to be with you, and just stop trying to mess with that man. And if you definitely trying to excuse me, release this sex tape to this company, then you just way low down, because if the tables were turned and Zion, had the sex tape, and he threatened to release it to an adult film company, or even put it on OnlyFans, his name would be tarnished. Everybody would be dogging him. And especially you would definitely go on a crusade to make sure that man's reputation was destroyed. You definitely would. So you definitely need to think about that, because how would you feel if another dude did that to you? Put out a tape of y'all intimate moments without your consent and made money off of it. Oh, you will definitely raise some hell. But now the plot thickens here. Not only she's threatened to put out the sex tape between them, now she's posted on social media that she's pregnant with Zion Williamson's child. Oh, wow. If this turns out to be true, and it turns out to be his, man, Zion's going to have some trouble on his hands for the next, 30-something years, because he's going to have not one, but two kids. Like, you've already gotten your current girlfriend pregnant here. Now you got this person that you don't want to be with pregnant. So that's going to be a lot of headaches, because she's going to definitely be on you, 24/7, demanding, of course, if the baby is yours, 9 times out of 10, she's going to definitely put you on child support. Because, a woman who has the mindset of Mariah Mills definitely will do something like that. And I'm not saying all women do that. So any women watching this, I'm not saying all women. I'm just saying women who have those characteristics would do that. Not all women in general, just to be clear. But yeah, I can definitely see her pulling a move like that. So if I'm Zion, definitely fight for custody of that child, so that way she can't really mess with your assets. She can't hit you up for child support. And everything would just be good between y'all, not just for yourself, but for this kid. Because in these type of situations, the child suffers the most, with all the drama that the parents are going through, back and forth, fighting with each other, going back and forth to court. That takes a toll. Definitely takes a toll on a kid, not just psychologically, but emotionally as well. So, just to be on the safe side and do what's in the best interest, for your kid, definitely fight for full custody, and have her get visitation rights. So that way everything's good between you and the child. Also, you and her have a good co-parenting relationship. That way you have a happy, successful child that could go on to live a full and healthy life. Because a lot of kids are definitely affected by unhealthy relationships, whether the parents are together or not together. So if this is true and it turns out this is his kid, he definitely needs to be proactive in that situation, so it doesn't keep on getting messy for years to come. Excuse me. And plus, you don't want her hitting you up for I think child support is going to come with it, but you definitely don't want her to do things like try to keep the child away from you, not letting you see the child, just using your child basically as a pawn in a chess game. Because there are some women who have done that to guys with their kids, use them as a pawn. And that's not right, and that's not fair either, because this child is a person with a full life, not a game piece on a board. All right, good people, I'm going to step away for a moment once again. I'll be right back, so don't go away.
Listen up, sports fans. Your favorite sportsbook, BetUS.com, is back for our 28th year of NFL action. With the industry's biggest sign-up bonus of up to 200%, BetUS offers our members the opportunity to cash in on all your favorite sports, including NFL, NBA, MLB, and more. We've also got hundreds of new casino games, including the coolest new European slots, and our live dealers are waiting for you at the table. Sign up at BetUS.com today to get into the action. BetUS, where the game begins.
All right, I'm back, good people. Now, if you're looking for a sports book that'll give you multiple opportunities to win, BetUS is the one for you. Copy and paste that link. It'll take you right up to the sign up page. Right after you put down your first deposit, you'll get a 125% sign up bonus. Type in the promo code JOIN125 and you'll have more chances to win, more chances to bet. Whether you're betting on MLB, UFC, boxing, football, whatever the sport is, BetUS has got you. BetUS, where the game begins. All right. Now, recently, Fox Sports 1, Jason McIntyre, recalled a conversation he had with Kevin Durant over some text messages that they shared. Also, recently, KD made a special appearance on a Twitter space where they felt that he's not a top 5 player right now. And I'm going to let y'all hear this in its entirety. Shout out to Down to Ice for putting this up. So you're about to hear KD on this Twitter space. And I'll be back with the comments from Jason McIntyre. Sorry for the commercial. All right, so that was KD on the Twitter space. After that, Jason McIntyre of FS1, who's a contributor to The Herd with Colin Cowherd. He also has his own podcast called Straight Fire. And during his podcast, he recalled some text messages he exchanged with KD a few years ago. According to McIntyre, he said, once you say something nice about someone, they reply, okay, I see you. Then when you say something not so nice, you get this. You're such a clown. You don't even like sports. You look like a drama major. He also went on to say, I said to KD, one of the 15 best players in the history of the NBA, squabbling with anonymous fools in the comments section. It was never your brand when you won the MVP and 2 titles and finals MVPs. Why pivot that way now? He just got personal with me. You're a fool, blah, blah, blah. He used the P word to describe me. He calls me broke boy. He doesn't address any of it. Oh, wow. So, yeah, KD definitely had all the smoke for Jason McIntyre. Now, look, we all know KD is definitely very sensitive. He gets triggered pretty easily. And I'm not saying that he's soft or anything, but we know he definitely gets triggered. I mean, come on, dude has what, 1 million burner accounts on Twitter. So basically, KD definitely is in his feelings about, you know, these dudes on the Twitter space not saying he's a top 5 player. And I mean, who does that? Which star would jump on a Twitter space just because someone says that they're not a top 5 player? But on the flip side, Jason McIntyre, sometimes he could be a hot take artist. Sometimes, not all the time. But McIntyre just basically did this for clout, trying to, basically get in on this whole thing by mentioning old texts. Because if you had these texts with KD, why didn't you mention this a while ago, back then? Why put this out now? That's what I'm curious about. Why didn't Jason McIntyre put out the text between he and KD at the time, that they exchanged them? And also, that's a private conversation between you and him. That definitely should have never went public unless he really, said something incriminating. Like, come on. Like, okay, yeah, he called you a few names. I get that, but still, those names wasn't nothing. And KD was just being KD, being triggered and being all into his feelings. All right, good people. Okay, my guy Bruce, what's up, man? How you doing? I'm doing good. Man, I had some corn and chicken. Yeah, you missed it, Bruce. I had some corn and chicken, man. But all right, good people, I'm going to take a quick time out. I'll be right back, so don't go away.
Your favorite sportsbook, BetUS.com, is back for our 28th year of NFL action. With the industry's biggest sign-up bonus of up to 200%, BetUS offers our members the opportunity to cash in on all your favorite sports, including NFL, NBA, MLB, and more. Sign up at BetUS.com today to get into the action.
All right, I'm back, good people. Bruce said I'm doing better. That's good to hear. He said that sounds good. Said I love corny chicken. My dude Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. What's up, man? How you doing? Thanks for joining me. Make sure y'all subscribe to his channel. He does a good job with the sports highlights. So what you grubbing on tonight, Bruce? Definitely want to know what you're grubbing on, Bruce. So I know you definitely always have something. I know you definitely have something, Bruce. All right. Let me get to this last story here. It's about Damian Lillard. Now, there's been a lot of speculation that he wants out of Portland. He wants to go to a contender and have an opportunity to win an NBA championship. Now, as we all know, a lot of people praise Dame for being loyal to the Blazers. His whole career, wanted to stay there and try to get it in the mud. Well, excuse me, get it out of the mud, trying to win a championship with the team that drafted him instead of jumping from to an instantly made team for a quick championship. But the Blazers, they definitely had their struggles over the last few years, ever since they traded away his teammate CJ McCollum, and they've been rebuilding ever since. They just got the third overall pick in this year's NBA draft. So where will Dame go? To me, where it would make the most sense, it would be the Miami Heat. Once again, we keep on mentioning the Heat in a lot of these I keep on mentioning the Heat in a lot of these conversations. He definitely would be a great teammate for Jimmy Butler. You know, Jimmy Butler, he can score off the ball. Dame needs the ball. And Dame is a pretty good passer as well as a great shooter, can definitely hit it from anywhere in the gym. Plus, he would be going to a great core along with Butler. You got Bam Adebayo. You got Tyler Hero, who's an all-star. Also, you got Kyle Lowry coming off the bench. Gabe Vincent, who had a nice playoff run. You got a great coach in Eric Spoelstra, who's a championship coach. You got the man, the mastermind, and Pat Riley, one of the greatest front office execs we've seen over the last 30 plus years. They're coming off of an NBA Finals appearance. They've been to 2 straight Eastern Conference Finals. They got to the NBA Finals in the bubble a few years ago. But they've been stopped because the teams that they lost to were definitely better than them in the Lakers and this year the Nuggets. So if Jimmy Butler would have had a running mate to go with in this year's NBA Finals, who knows what could have happened? Maybe they beat Denver, maybe they don't. But I definitely think it would have been a lot more competitive and it wouldn't have ended in those 5 games. So I could definitely see Dame going to the Miami Heat if he really wants to win a championship. I mean, come on. This team has definitely been close a few times. They're always contenders every year. They're the contenders that nobody talks about, as they snuck up on everybody throughout the playoffs. They knocked off the number 1 seed in the Bucks. They knocked off the 5 seed in the Knicks, and then knocked off the number 2 seed in the Celtics. So the Miami, they've always been that sneaky contender. But if they get Dame, they will be a loud contender. And he definitely would be the perfect running mate for Jimmy Butler. Like I said, Butler doesn't need the ball to score. Dame does. That would be a perfect match right there. He can get it to him in his spots because he's a great passer. He can get it to Bam and his spots in the post. That would open up Bam's post game a little bit more. He can kick it out to Tyler Hero in the corner, as you know, opposing defenses will double team him while he has the rock in his hand. So that would definitely be a perfect fit for Dame. What do y'all think? Do you think Dame should stay in Portland, or should he go to a contender? Let me know your thoughts. But a few hours ago, there was some breaking news that Dame rented out a restaurant so he and Draymond Green can meet tonight, as free agency is going to start within the next 30 plus hours. So basically, he's renting out a restaurant in Portland so he and Draymond can talk alone. Maybe he's trying to recruit Draymond to come to Portland, or maybe he's trying to recruit Draymond to go to another team, because we definitely have seen that before, where players meet with each other alone, trying to recruit other players to come and play with them. Matter of fact, that's how the whole Heat Big Three formed. Now, yeah, it ultimately formed in 2010, but it originally started in 2008 at the Olympics, as LeBron, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh all agreed with the Cavs, Heat, and Raptors to only take 3-year extensions so they could all be free agents at the same time, which was 2010. So that's what they did. And then once 2010 came about, they all took their talents to, LeBron and Bosh took their talents to South Beach to join Wade in Miami. And we all know what happened with the run they had. They went to 4 straight finals, won 2 NBA championships. So we're definitely going to find out in the coming days if this thing is true or a rumor. And we're definitely going to find out a lot more after this. Will Dame stay in Portland, the team that drafted him, or will he go to another team and try to finally get his chance to win an NBA championship? Or will he and Draymond team up in Portland, or will they team up on a different team? But it's going to be pretty interesting to see what happens with Dame Dollar and to see where he's going to go. Another team that might suit Dame as well, that's ready to win, excuse me. Well, not ready to win, but they're on the cusp. The Sacramento Kings. You know, of course, ultimately they ended up losing in the first round to the Warriors, but they have a pretty good core. They got De'Aaron Fox. They got Sabonis. They might have Harrison Barnes if he decides to re-sign with them. They got a pretty good team, and they're just that one key piece away from being a true contender. I definitely think Dame can definitely be that piece for them. Like I said, De'Aaron with Jimmy Butler. Fox doesn't need the ball. He can play without the ball. Sabonis, he's a great, pretty good big man who can get to the rim and throw it down. Dame has never played with a true big in his whole career. He would definitely have the opportunity with Sabonis if he went to Sacramento. Also, you get Harrison Barnes back. He's a veteran. He's a champion. Pretty good perimeter defender. Solid shooter. But that tandem with him and De'Aaron Fox, oh man, that definitely would be great. That would almost be like the first star tandem since Mike Bibby and Chris Webber back in the 2000s. But that's definitely a dark horse team that a lot of people are sleeping on. The Sacramento Kings. He would definitely be a pretty good fit for that team. Definitely could create a big three there with he, De'Aaron Fox, and Sabonis. That would definitely make a great pretty good big three. Say if he wanted to go back, go back home. Well, play in his home state, I mean, since he's from California. But we definitely will know what happens with Dame and this whole situation in Portland in the coming days. And when I find out, I'll definitely break it right here on this show. All right, good people, I'm going to take another quick timeout. I'll be right back, so don't go away.
Listen up, sports fans. Your favorite sportsbook, BetUS.com, is back for our 28th year of NFL action. With the industry's biggest sign-up bonus of up to 200%, BetUS offers our members the opportunity to cash in on all your favorite sports, including NFL, NBA, MLB, and more. We've also got hundreds of new casino games, including the coolest new European slots, and our live dealers are waiting for you at the table. Sign up at BetUS.com today to get into the action. BetUS, where the game begins.
All right, I'm back, good people. Now, if you can, please support the channel. Or if you would like to support the channel, you can do that via Cash App or PayPal. Here's the Cash App cash tag, $ Talkin and Grubbin. Also, here's the PayPal email address, talkinandgrubbin@gmail.com. Any support you give to the channel, I greatly appreciate it. And I'm definitely grateful for everyone who has supported the channel, past and present. I just gotta say thank you because there's not enough words to describe my appreciation. So all I can say is thank you for helping keep this channel going and growing. Just thank you. Thank you. Also, you can grab the merch, cop the merch from the Teespring store. I'll share the screen. All right, there it is. T-shirts, long sleeve sweatshirts, excuse me, hoodies, coach jacket, glasses, coffee mugs, face mask, socks, long sleeve shirts. You can get that all right now at the Teespring store. Just copy and paste that link right there. And also, I'm offering some pretty good discounts. You can get $10 off throughout the summer. Type in the promo code SUMMER23. Also, you can get $20 off. Type in the promo code SUMMERJAM. There's 30% off. Type in the promo code NY2023. And you got a few days to get for an opportunity to get 40% off. Just type in the promo code PERK40. And I'm always giving away free shipping. Just type in the promo code Teespring. Definitely appreciate your support, and I'm grateful to everyone who has supported the store, past and present. Just want to say thank you. But all right, good people, I'm about to get out of here. Thank y'all for joining me. Whether you tuned in on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, or Twitch, I greatly appreciate it. I just appreciate you taking time out your night to hang out with me for a while. I'll be back here tomorrow at 8 o'clock, delving more into the NBA free agency. Hopefully I'll have a panel on here. Definitely can't wait to really delve into it. So until then, y'all have a good one. Love y'all to life. Salute. Y'all be safe. Enjoy the rest of your night and enjoy your day. I'm out. I'll see y'all tomorrow.